And joining us now is Chief Washington correspondent and host of Face the Nation, Bob Schieffer. Great to have you with us, as always, Bob. Good morning.
Hey, Rebecca.
So everybody played nice on Saturday night. Did that surprise you at all?
No, it really didn't, as a matter of fact. I think they were all kind of trying to step back a little bit, and the idea of talking about foreign policy and the great issues and threats facing the country, I think they all saw it as a time to sort of look statesman-like. There were some little jabs here and there, but actually this went about the way I thought it would.
Jan made the point that sort of Gingrich and Romney pulled ahead as the front runners in this. They both made the point that they would consider military action to prevent a nuclear Iran, rather. Did that surprise you at all, that they would be so hawkish in their tone?
Well, again, not really, but I think here, this is something that has to do with the details. When you're talking about attacking Iran, if they have a nuclear weapon, does that mean putting troops on the ground there? I really doubt that there's going to be much appetite for doing that. And then beyond that, when would you take this military action? The minute you realize that they did actually have a bomb, or would it be after they threatened you? There are a whole lot of questions to ask in the coming debates about exactly what they meant by that.
Yeah, the devil's in the details, and in particular, since this was our first debate on foreign policy, we'll likely hear more emerge. Perry came out of it gaffe-free. His campaign raised $17 million last quarter. Do you think he can spend his way into a comeback here?
Well, I think the problem for Rick Perry is different than the problems facing some of the others. I mean, he has to convince people, for want of a better way to say it, he has to convince people that he's not dumb. And in something like that, first impressions are always hard to overcome. Maybe he will be able to do that. I think, though, Rebecca, as he tries to change the image there, he also may have stepped into a little something when he talked about zero-based budgeting for foreign aid to Israel. There are a lot of people in this country who are going to ask what he meant by that. Now, his campaign immediately after the debate began to walk that back and said, well, of course, Israel is a special case. But I think he's going to have some explaining to do on that front.
You talk about Perry, who sort of had to change his tone, tried to regain some respect. Gingrich, on the opposite side of things, has been gaining momentum, but he's also held true to this no real confrontation with the other candidates. Do you think that at some point in all of this, he's going to have to play a little more dirty, and rather than just taking on President Obama, he's going to have to take on the other GOP contenders to win the bid?
I think as long as he has the other people in the race taking shots at Mitt Romney, he can sort of be the professor who sort of rises above it all and takes the statesman-like position. Maybe down the line he will have to do that, but right now his strategy is to stand back, let the others express the criticism of the other Republicans, and he saves his criticism for attacking the media, which is always the safe thing to do.
Yes, well, it certainly is in many cases. CBS's Bob Schieffer in Washington. We appreciate it. Have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you, Rebecca.